Welcome back to today's video. I'm playing skylines, and in today's video we're going to be making a brand new wall called the Mall of Marvels, but that we'll leave for the end of the episode. Right now we're working on expanding out to where it will be, which this will be over at our main train station / transit hub. And so I just connected I continued adding some services on by adding this crematorium here. And so this will help deal with death care, because obviously we still have quite a bit of death care problems, so I'm putting that in for that. And then I added in a skyscraper to add to the skyline, and also to make it more of a gradual drop from the high rises to low density buildings, because there is quite a bit of a drop here, because this is all low density commercial here, and then there's high density residential on the other side. But it is close enough right now to where it kind of makes sense, and so I'm going to keep it like that. And then I went over here and just built a park, because we have quite a bit of space to cover, and I didn't really know what to put in it, so I thought, well, it would be nice just to put in a park here, which we do need to put in some more schools too. That will work on the next episode. And I was just playing around with different pedestrian streets and stuff, wanted to incorporate them some more, but I didn't end up doing it just because of space here. So I just put in the large playground and a couple of different other small sports facilities. Added in parking, of course. And I also added in parking for everything else in here. And this bus station here, it's causing a whole load of traffic issues. And also just people ain't getting picked up here. So one of the reasons most likely due to this is that people are... So this also was taking inner city buses, which now it isn't, but due to that it had a whole lot of inner city buses going here, and pretty much all of them were, which we do with the other one over at the main train station for the city, but not a lot of buses were going there. Most of them were coming here because this was in the center of the city, even though that one not right now, but in the future, that one will definitely have some better connections in terms of two different places in the city. Which, I mean, even now kind of does, because it does have the monorail line, unlike over here. But people were using this more than the other one, so I got rid of it, and I changed it to a different bus station, and this one doesn't take inner-city buses. So now we'll get rid of that, and then that should hopefully solve it, but I did need to do some messing around with the road just to help alleviate inner traffic coming through here that wasn't buses. And then I also continued adding on to this area over here by adding parking for a skyscraper, and then I also added in a small little not supermarket, but a small little like strip mall type thing, and then I also added in parking for it. Brought piping all to this whole area, and then here's where our monorail station is. We also put in a bus station over here. This, well, obviously before this side of the city, and because I don't really want to put any lines in, or any lines for buses into our inner city bus terminal, because then we'll run into a similar issue that we had over there if we put in a whole load of them. So I'm just going to try and make it to where this one's covering the whole area that inner city bus terminal would be covering. So that's what this one's going to be mainly used for. And then I also added in parking with more services with the police station here. Also made this interchange all finished up by concreting it all pretty much off. And then just continued expanding our roads and making sure everything was all nice, and added in parking for this bus station here. Due to all this traffic here, I changed around some streets, made them to where some were one-way, some were pedestrian now. Those pedestrian streets I ended up changing to just normal paths instead of having them there, just because I felt they were out of place. And I also came over here to put in a fire station I also added in parking for it, and then I just kind of just treed off / concreted off most of this area. This I wanted to make it just feel more of like just a big park area that also has some streets in it just for obviously through traffic, but it just gives a nice place for people to walk around and just escape the city life and just have some fun maybe out in the park, or if they want to they can obviously play basketball or just other sports here. And then I added in this little bus line to our bus stations here from our inner city one. Then I realized it was basically redundant because the only real stop that was useful was to the mall, but you could walk there very easily from the monorail station over there, and the monorail station just brought you straight here too. So it's basically just a useless line, so I just decided to scrap it. And then I added in these just grid build area here, and this is all just gridded out to be low density commercial. I might in the future make this high density just to fit in with the rest of the offices, just to help give more of a gradual decline in the city, but it's fine. I then zoned this all in, made sure the roads were all correct in terms of what roads had zoning and what roads didn't. I also put in some small little plazas in this little space here that I had that was kind of just broken up by the monorail tracks, so I couldn't really put a whole lot in there. So just shows that, and then I just squared off the monorail and just put in all concrete pads in there. And then I just filled in any blank space with some trees just to help fill in the area. And then I just brought our zone out some more. And I also made sure that the places that I didn't want to have the wall-to-wall commercial that weren't inside the zone, those I might do a different zone for, but I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it blank. It's fine. It isn't really anything major. These over here on this edge I might combine with the zone that will probably encase the mall. But then I got to work on the mall, which there wasn't really much that I had to do with the mall. I already had all the roads set up for it. But I pretty much just put a whole load of parking in and then decorated up with some concrete aprons and different paths around it just to help give better connections and make it feel all nice and fit in place, and that it wasn't just kind of just shoved here out of nowhere. Which just doesn't even get that many people going to it, but it's fine. It definitely looks great in terms of this plot line. And this is exactly where you would want it because it has best connections to all the transit networks in the city. We have the inner city bus station here, our also inner city train station here, and then in the future we'll have connection to both of our train lines, which give access to obviously all of our bus lines, so you can get here from anywhere in the city by public transit, or even from inner city. Travelers can get here easily. If they're taking bus, they're right here at the bus station, and if they're coming from the airport, we'll have a train connection coming in through that, so they'll be well covered with this. And then I got to work on what the front entrance will be, or this isn't necessarily front entrance, but this would be the secondary entrance. And so what I want to do is just have this big concrete walkway here, just make it feel very open and just grand. And so I just made this all functional too by just putting in a whole load of concrete paths under the big concrete aprons. And then all this green space here covered in with concrete, just made sure that it was concrete just to block up all the green space because I didn't want to see it and I felt like that it looked a lot better. And I wanted to put in the city arch just because I was looking unique buildings. Couldn't fit it in here, which I wanted to, but I put it over here. I feel that this is a nice place for it because that's where it splits off a whole lot closer to the entrance to the city in terms of with the highway. And I added in bus lines and made sure everything was all good. Final touches and all that stuff. But this is it. Here's the final product. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next one. Bye!